Welcome again. This is another state issue of the Academy of Adoption and Assisted Reproduction Attorneys. And today we're covering California. These are, a sampling of some of our California fellows. There are many more, but today these are the ones that are joining us, and let's introduce you to them today. Let's start with Erin. Introduce yourself, please.
Hi, my name is Erin O'Kane Allen. I am an art fellow in the Academy. My office is located in San Diego. I have been practicing exclusively in art law for over 10 years now, and that is all I do. Surrogacy, egg donation, sperm donation, embryo donation, parental rights, and it is just me. So if you call my office, you will be talking to me. Other than that, I have 2 dogs. I like USC football. I used to be a swimmer.
Oh, there you go. Me too. All right. I didn't know that. Cynthia, introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Cynthia Fruchtman, and I have maintained a law practice in the area of art law since 1990. I'm in Santa Monica, California, and I am a member of the Academy of, ARDA, as well as the Academy of California Family Formation Lawyers, as is Lori. And I was a geneticist before I became a lawyer. So I have served on bioethics committees, and come 1990, when this area was just taking off, it seemed like a natural fit. And so one of the things I love about being an art fellow is that it's collaborative, and we all work together, and we all know each other, and we're friends. It's not adversarial like other areas of the law. So I represent donors and recipients, surrogates, intended parents, agencies, laboratories, clinics, physicians. I do all aspects of gamete and embryo donation, surrogacy, pre-birth parenting actions, as well as posthumous reproduction.
Geneticist. Again, I'm learning more on this video, so that's fascinating.
And I was a swimmer too.
Oh, you were a swimmer too. All right, maybe it's the ocean in California. All right, Michelle, you're next.
Okay, my name is Michelle Keys. I'm with Reproductive Law Center, also in San Diego, California. I've been practicing exclusively in the area of assisted reproductive technology law for 17 years now. Fun fact, I was an egg donor in law school, also a swimmer in high school. And you know, I do love being a fellow in the Academy. It's very collegial, and you know, we all work really well together. It's nice, like Cynthia said, that it's not an adversarial area of the law.
All right, Lori, if you're not a swimmer, you may be the odd man out.
I know. I love to swim, but I don't know that I was ever like a competitive swimmer. But my name is Lori Myers. I'm a partner of Myers and O'Hara law firm. There are Milena O'Hara and myself. Practice exclusively in this area of the law. I've been involved in it for over 25 years. You're seeing a group of colleagues with vast experience, really experts in this field. It makes a huge difference to work with professionals who have that level of expertise in this area. It's such a unique area of the law, and so personal, of course. I got involved in the field when one of my best friends from high school got married relatively young, thought she was going to fill a house with kids and be a mom, and it just didn't happen for her. And I had researched the area of surrogacy for her and found the entire field so compelling. There is such heart and such love that goes into this casework, as important as are all of the details involved in the contracts and the judgments that we get to finalize parental rights. So this has just been an incredibly valuable and wonderful area of the law to practice in with my colleagues that you're meeting today.
Wonderful. And myself, I am Kimberly Surratt. I've been licensed in California since 2003. I feel like I'm getting old. But I practice exclusively in reproductive law, just like the rest of this group, in conjunction with my Nevada license. So my area, I started in this area with a crossover case, which of course I have lots of those crossover cases between Nevada and California. But I was also a swimmer, but now I am mostly a hunter and a golfer. But life has changed. No more competitive swimming for me. But all right, gang. So, I think, we get into any of the technical stuff in California, and I think the reality is most of the world knows California is very friendly to reproductive technology law, and it's a go-to state. But what makes it a go-to state? How about Michelle?
So California is a go-to state for surrogacy for one main reason, which is that we have a statute governing surrogacy as well as case law that backs that up. So it's one of the safest states you can work in terms of protecting parental rights in a surrogacy case, as well as protecting the surrogate's rights as well.
All right, so Erin, LGBT friendly, not friendly?
Definitely friendly. California will allow almost any combination to be do a surrogacy, be placed on a birth certificate. Essentially, California's view is as long as you take the right steps, we'll do what you want, what you ask.
Okay, so Cynthia, in terms of, I know we've mentioned a little bit about their statutory authority in California, and how technical, I mean, how much does the public, if they're coming to you as a client, how much do they need to know about those statutes ahead of time?
Well, hopefully they don't need to know much about the statutes. It's us as the lawyers who are responsible to know what the statutes say. It's interesting for surrogacy, as Michelle mentioned, there is a statute for gestational surrogacy, but there's no statute for traditional surrogacy, which is equally legal and practiced here in California. There are statutes that address sperm donation and egg donation, make it easier to sort out parental rights and legal and financial and parental duties and obligations and rights. There are also statutes governing, as I said before, I do posthumous reproduction. There's a section of the probate code that specifically talks about how to become a parent after you've died. So California is very progressive in its statutes, and the legislature has been very friendly. The organizations that I belong to maintain, well, one in particular maintains a lobbyist in Sacramento where the laws are being made, so that we can kind of keep a finger on the pulse of what's going on and weigh in if somebody decides to introduce a bill that's just kind of out there and or needs assistance. So as far as the public, just know that the members of the Academy know what the law requires, and we're happy to guide you through it and make sure that things are as streamlined as possible for you.
Great. So Lori, why don't you tell the public a little bit about what are the stages that they would need one of the fellows to assist them with?
That's a great question. I actually think that it's really important to do a consultation with a lawyer that's familiar with the actual state and county that the proposed arrangement will be done in from the beginning, gathering all of the proper information and the way that the entire arrangement is set up is something that often can be planned, that journey in advance, so that you really have a roadmap. I often say if we do our jobs right, it serves as a bit of a checklist of all of the important things to consider. So backing up to an initial consultation early in the game, so to speak, I think is really helpful, just so everybody's on the same page as to how things will proceed. On a surrogacy case, there's the contract phase. And then the finalization of parental rights. There's these two phases. So the contract then serves as the basis for this pre-birth judgment. So I think there's essentially 3 times that you're really pulling in legal experts. The initial phase to plan, the contracts when you're negotiating and actually executing the contract, and then that contract serves as a basis on a surrogacy case for a pre-birth judgment that will obtain for the birth certificates. On a donor case, the work is sort of confined in the contract itself. So you've got 2 lawyers on each side and a legal clearance letter that's written to the medical clinic so that the medical procedures can actually begin.
So I would say, listening to this and all of us working together on California, that although California is extremely friendly, it can be extremely complex depending on what county you're in, and every county being different in California. So the importance of this team and fellows of the Academy who are licensed in California working together is critical. And it is just as important to have a decent lawyer representing you as it is for your surrogate or your donor to have a decent lawyer representing them, especially for these nuances. So California, wonderful, great, amazing state, but keep in mind, it can get complicated. Not necessarily for you, not necessarily for us, because we know it, but we can assist everybody in that process. Any final words from everybody before we sign off?
I would just echo what you said, Kim. And you want to make sure that you're retaining an attorney early in the process so that you can be sure that you're following the requirements of the California laws and statutes, because you want to make sure that your parental rights will be enforceable.
Great. All right. It's important to contact the fellows from the state of California in order to receive additional information and get a consultation. And if you've already started your process, you need to make sure you are reaching out to an attorney in that state, because you may need additional assistance. To find any of the fellows that are licensed in the state of California who are fellows with the Academy, you can go to our website. Our website is adoptionart, ART.org, O-R-G. And we look forward to hearing from you and consulting with you in the future.